What's going on, and welcome back to another less than 5-minute gear review. And in this video we're going to be going over the IDOGEAR Tactical GP pouch, or their general purpose utility pouch. This guy's going to cost you roughly $20 to $30 depending on what sales are going on either on their website or on Amazon. And it does come in a couple of multicam patterns as well as a couple of solid colors, so you do have a couple of options when it comes to picking and choosing based off of your mission, set, operational environment, and all that. With that, this guy's made out of 500 denier Cordura. You also have some shock cord, a little bit of Velcro, fairly decent buckle on the top here. I would say this is actually the only cheap thing that's on here. And then on the back side, you have your MOLLE straps. In addition to that, when it comes to the dimensions of this, it's going to be about 9 inches tall, 5 inches wide, and then about 4 inches deep. There's a little bit of shift in that size, but generally speaking, that's what this guy is going to be looking like. With that, when it comes to the overall construction, just to kind of kick things off, the stitching actually looks really good. No issues there. There isn't a whole lot of like double stitching on it. There is in a couple of places like the MOLLE on the back side or on the front right here for your strap and your buckle. But outside that, it's mostly just single stitched. With that, just kind of working from the front to the rear. So we have our top pouch or top cover with a little bit of Velcro up at the top here. We have our opening with the drawstring and little clasp right there. The male portion of our buckle, the buckle strap, and then we have all this elastic shock cord to be able to cinch this thing down and keep things nice and tight and organized, so that way it doesn't become a snag hazard. And then down here at the bottom, we've got a little bit of MOLLE with Velcro, and then we also have another clasp to be able to control this drawstring. Now, with that, one thing that I might do or recommend with this pouch is to just switch where this drawstring and the shock cord is routed. So I may run the loop portion up here at the top, run it through these, and then run it all the way down, and then have it connect down here at the bottom, so that way I can cut off any excess material that I may not need, and that way you don't have these potentially getting pulled out of the little loops that are on the side. So just some food for thought when it comes to that guy. But that's pretty much the front of this pouch. You do have a small little opening at the bottom to be able to drain water and at least sand and some mud if it gets filled with all that. And then on the back side, we do have this single loop or carabiner, whatever it is, and then we have our MOLLE straps with our MOLLE to be able to MOLLE this into backs of plate carriers or the sides of different types of MOLLE bags that are out there. Interior wise, pretty simple and straightforward. It's just a single pocket that goes all the way or runs all the way down. I'll see if I can open it up for you guys a little bit more. But it's just a single pocket all the way down in there, so a little hard to see, but that's really about it when it comes down to this guy. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward. I know a couple of guys that are running it and they like it really well, to be honest with you. They've compared it to some of the Cry and Tier tactical products that are out there and said that, you know, for 20 bucks it does the job, and they haven't had any issues with the stitching or anything like that, so it may be worth it. But last thing you can kind of see as I was adjusting this little clasp on the bottom, this has a tendency to probably want to come out and come off to where you lose that clasp. So I would definitely recommend when you receive this product, if you do purchase it, reroute this clasp in this shock cord so that way you're not losing your equipment, and then just tie a knot on the bottom and then or put the clasp on and then tie a knot underneath it, so that way you just have two running tails rather than this giant loop, which could end up being a snag hazard. So food for thought when it comes down to it. But with that, definitely has my stamp of approval. I'm pretty impressed with it. I am going to be testing this a lot more in depth to kind of find that breaking point where stuff just starts to fall apart on it. So keep an eye out in the future for those videos. But with that, if you have any questions, please feel free and reach out. We will help you out in any way that we can. And with that, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.